6 antennas stick out of the trunk of this weird car. Paulie, 42, is starting his night's work. It's 11 p.m.
Good night to begin. Here we go.
He needs a bulletproof vest to go to work.
Welcome to Chicago.
Paulie is a cameraman specializing in crime scenes.
Tonight will be another night of shootings and fires, and hopefully not any death, but typically in this business, that's what happens.
He hopes there are no deaths. But he's dialed into the police frequencies, and death and injury are his bread and butter. Chicago has one of the highest murder rates in the U.S. Another shootout just broke out on the south side.
Hey, Chris, where you at?
Paulie has to hurry before the ambulances take the bodies away.
Where you at?
Hang on one second. Hang on.
Sure.
You're walking into the middle of an investigation. Just let us figure things out.
No, I'm just trying to stay on your side of the tape here.
Just stay here for
As
1
always.
second.
There are heavy casualties, 3 wounded. The shooters were targeting a rival gang. 2 passers-by have been hit.
Typical in terms of the shooting itself. It's just because it's random. You know, they're going after one targeted person, but they're hitting everybody in the area with gunfire.
Paulie's been covering Chicago violence for 20 years, and he's never short of work. A dozen shootings occur every day.
It's no different than being in Afghanistan. There's shootings here all the time, and while I understand there's no, explosive devices and things like that, this is serious. This is a war. There is a war on the streets of Chicago.
2 males shot at the corner and fires en route. 131 East 117th Street.
Barely back in the car, and there's already a new call on the south side. The crime played out in front of this house. The scene is still fresh. 2 new victims of the Chicago streets tonight. One lightly wounded, the other hit twice in the chest.
Hey, Gus! This old.
A victim's cousin shows up on the scene.
That's my other cousin. They got in handcuffs. He be chilling. He just got out of jail, and he been chilling with his newborn baby. He see something going on now.
The neighbors are all out, woken up by the shots and screams.
I don't even know why you outside, though. What's good? I was getting ready to go to bed.
You don't get shot?
Yeah, in the chest.
Oh my God. I'm like, my son be on this block.
Where my nephew at?
I don't know. I guess the ambulance got him, Mom. I don't know yet. They got K-Rock. They just locked K-Rock up.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why.
Oh, this is not good.
No, this is not good.
One of the targets was a gang member. His crew was in the house when the shooting
I
happened.
gotta call you back, okay? Gotta call you back. This is typically what goes on in this neighborhood every day. And it don't make no sense. You can't even enjoy a nice night on your front porch without people getting shot at.
That's what the fuck happened.
Called to the scene, the victim's mother is in shock. Shattered families, shootings, it's daily life in the rough neighborhoods of Chicago. Gang wars claimed more than 500 lives last year.
Guys, come on, come talk to me. What the fuck? What the fuck? Somebody tell me something. What the fuck?
7,000 kilometers from Paris, in the heart of the USA, lies Chicago. On the banks of Lake Michigan, the nation's 3rd largest city is like a beachside resort. Beaches, joggers. People's minds are far away from the bloody battles just a few blocks away. With its grand avenues, its luxury stores, and its iconic buildings, Chicago radiates wealth and power. The city draws over 44 million tourists each year. They come to see Barack Obama's hometown, where the president earned his political stripes working as a community organizer on the city's south side, an area racked with poverty. outside of the rich and touristic downtown lies a violent ring of misery that stretches the entire southwest of the city. Over 600 gangs are caught up in an endless war. Of those, 2 ultra-violent gangs clash hardest, the Black Disciples versus JoJo World,
We crazy! We go psycho!
caught up in a tornado of war. The gang wars continue behind the bars of one of the country's most crowded prisons. Half of the convicts here belong to a gang. Sergeants Olivio and Manos are up against 12,000 prisoners. Their mission, to end gang reprisals.
The gang issue is on the street. The gang issue is in the jail.
On the streets, 12,000 police officers are deployed against gang violence.
The officer in the area heard the shots on top of him.
It's a high-risk mission.
He was in the back window and started shooting this way.
It's a bull when they were shot.
War has decimated the gangs, but more and more now, it's also creating civilian casualties.
You know, I'm very angry with the people that shooting our children.
On the other end of town, one community has eradicated violence in their neighborhood. Do you ever go to the South Side?
No.
With millions of dollars and high-up connections, the gay community managed to chase out its gangs. Investigation Chicago, City of Gangs and Ghettos. In the heart of town, it feels like the 20s. The old gangster look, fake bullet holes on the side of the bus. They call it the Untouchables tour, after the detectives who chased the world's most famous gangster, Al Capone, or Scarface. As godfather of the Chicago Mafia, he earned the city its reputation as capital of crime. It's a star attraction. The tour sells out every day.
It's obvious, natural to have an untouchable tour, gangster tour in Chicago.
The only place in the world you could have it. Alrighty, shut up.
On the bus, parents and children get a taste of the local folklore, firearms. For 2 hours, the guides pull out all the shops. It's an ambush. For the finale, they relive one of Chicago's bloodiest days, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
And for the next 11 seconds, they would stand there and cut them down.
For tourists, gang wars are just a game.
Have a nice time while you're here, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. That's what we like to hear now. Thanks for coming, buddy.
But on the south side of Chicago, they are a reality. As we move away from the downtown, majestic buildings give way to immense ghettos. The population is mostly black, and unemployment is at 50%, the worst in the country. Strangers aren't welcome here, and they don't dare come without protection. Ex-Marine Ruhi and his colleague Hal, a former policeman, are on a mission. The soldier kept old habits from the war in Kosovo. His gun always within reach.
Just for last resort, obviously.
The Bodyguards' client is this woman. She's not a star and not a politician, just a nurse on her way to work. In this town, a suitcase of medicine and a laptop are enough to make her a target.
You need a security there?
Oh yes, most definitely, yeah. Like you said, anything can happen at any given time.
She could get mugged, she can get shot, she can get snatched, kidnapped.
Shot?
Yes, shot, as well as myself.
Why? I mean, she's a
Why?
nurse.
Because that's where that's the way some of the neighborhoods are, and that's the way some people are.
They shot people like that?
Yeah. Stray bullets, stray bullet does not know anybody.
Yeah, I'll be there. All right, bye-bye.
2233.
Their direction, Roseland, in the south of Chicago, one of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods. In the past 7 months, these streets have seen over 50 people killed and injured by bullets.
Hey, hey!
We roll down the avenue, nicknamed the Corridor of Death. The bodyguards don't try to look tough, with a plain car and civilian clothes. Best not to attract attention in this neighborhood.
Where's your gun? You don't?
No. You know, the main focus is not to expose it, because, you know, obviously the main focus is to be discreet.
Still one street to cross to the patient's home. They're on maximum alert. A shootout could erupt at any moment.
So how's it going today?
I'm all right.
All right, well,
The proof is this young man. He suffered an accident just a few blocks from here. He's 33 years old. He's paralyzed in both legs.
okay, all right.
What happened to you?
Got shot.
Where?
There was 2 right here, 1 in my arm, and 2 in my back.
2 on your back?
In
Also.
my back.
5.
5.
5 shots.
5 shots.
Why?
Argument. I was arguing with somebody. We had a conversation.
Just to argue
arguing,
about what?
Just arguing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it blew up to something. He pulling the gun out.
You wanted to kill you?
Yeah. They don't look like he wanted to kill me. You don't think so? Yeah. 5 times. I see you shoot somebody once.
The nurse comes every week to check his wounds for signs of infection. Mike won't say whether or not he belongs to a gang. More than 600 gangs are concentrated in the west and south of the city. Latent kings, vice lords, gangster disciples, and black disciples. Their territory stretches over half of the town. The gangs are ultra-violent and caught up in an endless war for territorial control. They post videos on the internet celebrating victories or declaring war. The fight goes neighborhood by neighborhood, street by street. Injury is inevitable. The gangs are armed to the teeth and don't hesitate to whip out guns. These surveillance tapes show an everyday scene in the south side of Chicago. It's 3 p.m. The man in blue exits a store into a Quickie Mart parking lot. A man in a red shirt walks up with a gun hidden in his vest. His partner arrives, in gray. Gun out, they open fire. Their target ducks behind a car and returns fire. The men trade bullets at close range. In just a few seconds, 15 shots have been fired. By miracle, the man in blue escapes. He takes off in his car as nothing happened. Controlling this surge of violence is a serious challenge for the police. 9th District Precinct, in the heart of the South Side. 6 p.m. David and Leo go on duty. They wear bulletproof vests, machine guns, and a Smith & Wesson at the hip. Neighborhood shootouts have been ongoing for the past few nights.
East 117th Street.
Police patrol the area to try to prevent reprisal attacks.
Southbound, yellow shirt, proceed.
Yellow shirt.
Guy with a gun. Stay in the car, all right?
David and Leo take the call. Multiple cars converge on the suspect.
Get your fucking hands up! Get your hands up!
You got anything on you shouldn't have? Where do you live, young man?
The young man appears harmless. But Leo and David take no risks. their guns drawn.
Okay, have a good one, guys.
We thought it was him. Yeah. It's not him. He didn't have shorts on. He had jeans, but he didn't have the jean shorts.
Yeah.
It was the wrong suspect, but there's still a man walking around with a gun in his belt. Leo and David have to keep an eye on all the neighborhood gangs if they don't want the situation to escalate.
These guys here, playing softball in the black. Most of them are all like the Saints.
There are gangbangers?
Yeah, and they wear the light blue. You'll see a lot of these guys wearing baby blue. That's one of their colors that represents their gangs.
For instance, the guy with
the baby? Yeah.
Yep. You see the guy with his shirt thrown over his neck, and then he's got more baby blue on his jersey.
Colors show gang affiliation, but members also spray gang tags to mark their turf. The Razor's Son are the Latin Saints.
But that doesn't mean another rival gang won't come in here and start shooting. And they don't care that there's babies around, there's young families around. They'll just start shooting at them.
Their rivals are the 2-6 gang on the next street over.
You see that bunny right there? That's the 2-6.
Leo and David are on the boundary between two gangs, or rather, their battle line. On this wall, the rival 2-6s declared war on the Latin Saints.
When they take their logo or sign or something, they'll put it down. We'll show you gang members that have like halos, they'll have them upside down. And it's just basically saying that they're against these guys.
Right.
A little farther, in the next neighborhood, is yet another gang's turf. Two kids caught the police's attention. The cops know the gang's tags, their turf, and also their tattoos.
Yeah.
When's the last time you got locked up?
November. And
For what?
Malibu, I like you so much.
For a shank?
I want to show them your tattoos.
On his arm, he has the La Raza Nation sign. Below it, there's an upside-down sun, a permanent mark of their rivalry with the Latin Saints. The tattoo on his face means he's ready to die for this war.
They do this too, this hairstyle, the shag, where they chop it and they let the back of the hair grow real long. Some guys will have it down to their butt. But he's got the same stuff.
The tattoos and haircuts provoke their rivals and make them easy targets.
And then I got shot right here too.
3 bullets in the leg,
You haven't been shot, right?
but he seems to think it's normal.
Little 45.
Where I went through.
It went in right here. It's what happens when you're in this. It's just what happens.
People shoot you with any reason.
Yeah, any rivals, they'll shoot you.
All right, don't get shot.
Here, gang members rarely live past the age of 25.
Don't get shot.
Uh-huh.
In Chicago, those aren't just empty words. If the gangs are violent, it's because they're defending their territory, where they traffic especially in drugs.
Yeah. Bankrolls hang with us, man. That's how we do this shit all day.
Despite police presence, these neighborhoods are veritable drug supermarkets.
Out here getting this money. Fuck the police.
Over here, you're gonna see a bunch of boys on a porch, and all they're doing, as soon as they hit the street, all they're doing is selling heroin.
Chicago is one of the most drug-addled cities in the United States. Heroin and crack ravage the poorest neighborhoods. In abandoned houses, transformed into squats, drug users come to get a fix, like this woman in the red t-shirt, who's addicted to crack.
Go upstairs, motherfucker. Ain't nobody do shit.
Upstairs, she and her partner get high up to 10 times a day.
Y'all couldn't believe.
On top old smoke.
After just one hit, the woman cannot even talk.
We're smoking crack cocaine.
At $10 a hit, she spends $5,000 a month on crack. To get money, she's willing to do anything.
I suck dick, I sell pussy, I wash cars, I sell snow, I pick up cans, I do it all to get high.
Sell pussy?
I sell pussy. Crack is a hell of a drug. It'll take your body, your mind, and your soul. Your kids, everything else.
Why is crack your drug of choice?
Because it's my escape from reality.
As she escapes reality, The gangs stuff their pockets. And every night, they kill each other over these millions of dollars in sales. This evening, the police scanner announced another reprisal.
There's an officer in the area heard the shots on top of them. Okay, so there's a call, people are calling. There's a bona fide shots. So the officer heard the shots in the area.
It's a shout-out between rival Latino gangs.
The car came down the one way and came
This
up
way?
the alley and started shooting at us.
Where were they coming? This way and then hit the
They came
alley?
down the one way.
And then they hit the alley right here?
And then they came back around on Rockwell. Right there. It's a gold car.
What kind of car?
It's like Pepe, what kind of car is it? Like a
All I know
Park
is like
Avenue,
gold, man.
it's gold. He was in the back window.
You?
Yes, I was walking my dogs. I just took my dogs out. And next you know, the car came flying right here and stopped right here and started shooting this way. Back seat, the back passenger was shooting.
Who they were targeting?
Huh?
Targeting me,
It's-
my God.
I think they were
You guy
targeting-
in here. Most likely, they were targeting me because they
That
seen
must
my
be
shag.
targeting him.
Because of you?
Because they seen my
because of his
shag.
hair.
It's gang affiliated.
So I stop him from going
You are
out.
gang affiliated?
He don't
Yeah.
go out.
Which gang?
I keep him
Lion
home as
King.
much as possible.
It's a bullet. When they were shot, it must have ricocheted and hit the car.
The perpetrators are already long gone. As with most cases, Leo and David have no hope of catching them. One thing is sure, though. This attack will be revenged.
No retaliation tonight?
No, not tonight. Night's still early though, so there might be some. There might be some.
When?
Either tonight, tomorrow, it doesn't. We just don't know.
Eradicating crime is a difficult task for the police. They number 12,000 against 100,000 gang members. And when the authorities arrest them, the war continues behind bars. In the life of a Chicago gangster, Cook County Jail is a rite of passage. It's the most crowded jail in the United States, with over 10,000 detainees awaiting trial. As an exception, the jail opened its gates to our cameras. It is 3 p.m. Every day, 200 new prisoners arrive.
Jones.
Jones, you are charged with simple assault. Your bond is set for $2,000. You need $200 to walk. Your court date is the 28th of this month. Let me get your left arm. Pull that sleeve up. Turn your arm.
They mark the man on his skin.
What is that? This number?
This is his inmate ID number.
These are dangerous prisoners. Over half of them belong to a gang. A prison official is in charge of identifying them upon arrival.
Martin, is that all you have? You got 2 dots on you?
Sergeant Olivio is a specialist. Nothing gets past him.
No, not your face. Just looking at me. 2 dots, right here, for Tutu Boy. He also has. He's got 31st and Laramie. That's the block he's from. No, not here.
Cameras are rarely allowed in the jail because the situation could ignite at any time. That's what happened just recently.
Officers rushed to Tier 2B as people and folks ganged.
A fight between rival gangs turned into mutiny. The guards filmed it. The footage was replayed on American television.
The officers dive in as rivals stab each other with deadly shanks. Inmates refuse to submit. Even as they're overwhelmed by officers.
Stop resisting!
The toll, 2 prisoners wounded in the shoulder and another in the stomach. Sergeants Manos and Olivio were hired to prevent this kind of violence. They've been working here for 20 years. Prisoners arrive. We are ordered to step aside.
I don't want you to see something and try to run to catch the action. I want you to stay close to me.
The jail is divided into blocks of 20 cells. Inmates live 2 to a cell of less than 8 square meters. Inmates are not grouped according to gang. The wardens separate them, fearing that a group could get out of control. But even mixed together, inmates claim allegiance to their gangs.
Y'all know what it is, GDN, man. Free my nigga last. Eastside, Pocketown Crazy, CTG, man. Y'all know what it is. Free the gas.
He's a gangster disciple.
See what it is.
The risk is that rival gangs kill one another. Each day, the surgeons make their rounds.
Sometimes the fights will happen right here. The stairway is blocking the view of the officer. Sometimes the fights will happen in the day room. Fights might happen in their cell. But, usually they're one-on-one fights, minor incidents. That's why they had me here then to go investigate the fights. I talked to what I just did today, I walked around and talked to the deck. One guy would come out and say, hey, the fight happened over food snack. The fight happened over something that happened on the street, something minor.
Murder! Free my nigga list, man. Free 38, man.
If they seem cautious, it's because a veritable arsenal is found on the inmates each day.
This is a long threaded bolt that's been sharpened to a point. And from working at the jail, I can tell you this is probably a plumbing fixture.
Savage weapons are made from anything the prisoners can get their hands on.
Out of all these weapons, they appear very dangerous, but the dangerous ones are the small, skinny ones.
Yeah. Why?
These are because they have the ability to pierce and penetrate.
Makeshift weapons cause about 30 injuries each year, not to count the reprisals to come. For Surgeon Manos, it's a never-ending war.
The gang issue is on the street. The gang issue is in the jail.
How?
Well, they don't stop becoming gang members when they come to jail. They don't stop becoming gang members when they leave the jail. This is a life choice that they have made.
Be cool, I'm gonna see you.
6 a.m. the next morning. Swag, age 19, is released after 6 months for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His friends came to meet him.
Mama ain't coming?
Yeah, she's on her way.
Yeah. What up, friends?
What's up, Cameron?
How was it? I mean, jail is jail.
What happened?
Man, some violence happened. I was there, They said I was guilty.
Among those waiting is his manager. Swag is a rapper.
Feeling good, man.
Big cars, green bills, and pretty girls. After leaving jail, the first thing that Swag does is to visit the cemetery.
That's a miracle, that gate open.
This tombstone belongs to his younger brother, nicknamed Jojo. He died from gang bullets last year at the age of 18.
I just say every time I come, it's crazy. It's crazy to me every time.
Maybe it's crazy.
It hurt. It hurt me still. Yeah.
Since his brother's death, Swag has been in danger.
Yeah, of course, because, they died too. It's not just our team who died, it's people on their team who died too, so they want revenge, just like we, want revenge. Everybody, it's war.
Are you scared to being shot?
No, I ain't scared. When my time come, my time come. I ain't scared.
You are 19, and you say that?
Yeah. There's nothing I could do about it, so why be scared? If it happened, it happened.
This is his younger brother, Jojo. They were like two peas in a pod. Jojo was also a rapper.
We stacking, bitch.
This song may have cost him his life. Gun in hand, he was taunting a violent gang, the Black Disciples. One song was even titled BDK, Black Disciples killers. Swag and JoJo grew up in Englewood, one of the poorest and most violent areas of Chicago. Here, it's a vicious cycle.
What's up? BDK.
Swag and JoJo's friends take the same stance toward the Black Disciples.
Out the shits, but I love drinking.
He could get shot right now.
The only things they do all day are rap, drink, and smoke joints. But now, they formed a gang in JoJo's memory.
That's plain and simple. JoJo world. And I'm killer.
You mean that it's your own gang?
This shit ain't shit. Gang. This us.
We crazy. We go psycho.
I like how she said it. We
It will almost seem that these boys are joking around. But they've just shot a music video with a message to their enemies. The boys declaring war here are the same ones we just saw on the street. With their fearsome appearance, they continue the war for their buddy. Until now, they hadn't sealed their fates in gang violence. JoJo became their emblem. Swag likes to tell about his little brother. Their house has become a memorial.
JoJo hat, man. That's all I gotta say. So this JoJo room, man. You know what I'm saying? These his clothes. These his shoes. These his fair pair of shoes right here.
You keep everything?
We keep everything just how it was.
Why?
Because we don't wanna, we rather not move nothing, you know what I'm saying?
You miss him?
Of course I miss him. This my little homie. This my son, and he my daddy too. I'm his daddy, he my daddy. Of course I miss him. That's all I had in life.
Why you say he's dead, my dad? Why do you say that?
We don't have a father. We never had a father since we was babies. No daddy, just mom.
JoJo's is a normal story for a teen adrift in the rough Chicago neighborhoods. He was a shy child who smiled and behaved. Angel-faced. A good student. But his father was absent, and when JoJo was 12, everything fell apart. His father was locked away for drug and arms trafficking. The two brothers had to fend for themselves.
We don't have nobody to teach us how to be tough in this world, how to survive. Besides our mother, but you know moms want you to do everything good, positive. Sometimes these streets not positive. Sometimes you gotta do bad things in the street to survive. Sometimes you gotta be strong in these streets to survive. Mothers can't really teach you. Mothers don't want you to fight.
We wanted to meet the Black Disciples, the gang that JoJo declared war with.
Get my grind on.
To find them, you have to go deep into Englewood.
Get my grind on.
The gangs come out at night. It is difficult and dangerous to approach them. Everybody is an enemy. It took 1 month of negotiations before they agreed to talk to us. The meetup took place in this project, at the heart of their territory. 2 men were killed right here just a few weeks ago. In a crowd of children from the project, we met the gang leader. Targeted by the police for JoJo's murder, they all demanded anonymity.
In this life, man. I'm to my years, you know what I'm saying?
They swagger into the project, one hand always on a gun.
Man, that's what it is, man. Gotta do it over here like that, man. No lacking, man. No lacking. We ain't doing none of it over here, man. Take a good look at the motherfucking bad guy. This your last time seeing a bad guy like me, you hear me? Right here. Right here. Goddamn new generation. Old blocks never die, baby kids. They never die, you know what I'm saying? Old blocks, at least 15 years in this bitch. This bitch like a motherfucking war zone to me, man. I'm like a fucking Iraqi veteran in this bitch. You know, I'm just gonna let you know.
Their pockets are stuffed with wads of bills. They tell us that those thousands of dollars come from selling drugs. The money will go to buy guns.
Glock. 40 shit. 30 in that bitch, boy. Everybody got it.
Everybody.
Everybody
heavy ammunition,
Chicago,
heavy artillery.
A lot of guns.
Chirac for real.
Everybody.
So easy to find it?
Pulled up.
It's so
I'm
easy to
telling
find
you.
it?
Easy to find. Real easy to find. Real easy.
It's raining shells and guns, man.
How you use it?
It's raining shells and guns.
How you use it? They call you score. You kill something, you score.
And you already used
Yeah, they gonna keep you with something thick. If you gonna score, you gonna have something thick on you. I'm telling
You
you.
have to use it?
If you wanna live, yeah. You wanna die, don't use it. You'll die.
Tonight, the Black Disciples have the party planned. They let us get in the car with them. Their hideout is just a few blocks away. The route is dangerous. We have to cross JoJo World territory.
Boy, don't pull up in no motherfucking Postcard gas station, boy. You lose your motherfucking... Oh, they gonna kill her. Shit, I'm just being safe. They might shoot to this bitch and one of us might get hit.
Before getting out of the car with their goods, one person showed us their carefully packed cargo. 12 doses of heroin.
This is for you?
Get money.
You sell it?
Yeah.
That's what you earn money?
Yeah.
The Black Disciples meet up on the 3rd floor of this building. The party will reveal information on JoJo's death. The gang rents this house to throw parties and sell drugs.
Hey, we could not find no pills. The police on every block. We don't sleep here, we get our money here. Real trap shit.
One room serves as a garbage can.
It's the trap shit. Real trap shit.
It's a room for
Real
what?
trap shit.
It's a slum. In a haze of joint smoke and alcohol, a young boy, barely 15 years old, explained why his gang killed JoJo.
What is that? It's yours? It's yours?
No, that ain't. Yeah, that's the Glock.
Which kind of weapon it is?
It's a Glock 40.
How you carry that with you?
Keep the house off.
Who is the house?
JoJo World.
JoJo World?
Young Money.
JoJo World is
They some hops. They with that BDK shit. I ain't with it.
And what happened to JoJo?
Got his ass smoked.
People from the BDs?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
To this day, JoJo's murderer has not been arrested.
See, that's too much information.
But chances are that this death will not be left unpunished. Yet some neighborhoods have managed to put an end to the circle of violence. They still live in ghettos, yet these are white and gay communities. To the north of town, on the banks of Lake Michigan, one area looms large, Boys Town. But these bad boys are not gangsters. Here is Hollywood Beach, Chicago's gay beach. An easy breeze and a friendly atmosphere. Everyone here is smiling and happy. We are far from the gang wars of the South Side.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Do you ever go to the South Side?
No.
No gangsters or guns here.
Turn around. That's actually why we come, like, every weekend, is just to play volleyball.
Every weekend?
Yeah. That's right.
All these buff, bronzed men live just a stone's throw from the beach. This is their neighborhood, 4 blocks and 18,000 residents. It is an oasis of calm, populated mostly by men, often rich and white. There is no graffiti, but rainbow flags fly the symbol of the gay community. Pillars even mark the entrance to the district. Sean, 29, lives in a nice apartment. He's king of the neighborhood.
Of course, yeah. I have a roommate, so that's his room. I apologize, my boyfriend's sleeping still, but he knows you're here. Hey. So.
Sean came to try his luck here 10 years ago. He began as a doorman. Now he's captain of the Boys Town nightlife. You do this every morning?
Every morning.
And if you don't, what happens?
I don't know, the minute someone sees you not looking the right way, they're like, what's wrong with you? Are you having a bad day or something? So.
Sean is meticulous with his appearance. Feeling beautiful is part of his job.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Bye, fun.
Thanks.
Today is a big day. Chicago was the nation's first city to have a designated gay district. Inevitably, homosexuals reigned supreme, and they celebrate it. It is June 30th, Gay Pride. 850,000 people have come from across the Midwest. The vibe is sexy and playful. The only problem, on one corner, a handful of anti-gay evangelicals crash the party.
You are not a child of God. You're a child of the devil. Shame on you.
Because it's very clear that homosexuality is sin. We are warning them that if they don't turn from their sin and turn to Christ, they will enter the flames of hell.
But the battle was lost before it began.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! And they can do what the fuck they want, really, because obviously you see millions of people out here doing what we do every single day.
And how many are they?
There's about fucking 14, 15.
In Boys Town, nobody can come bully the locals. Behind them, they've got serious political support. For instance, Pat Quinn is a heterosexual, married father of two, and governor of Illinois. The gay community is a much sought-after voting base. Gay Pride is an essential opportunity to win over votes. Further on, there's the county supervisor. She's also preparing for the next election. She counts on this rich, populous, activist demographic. But the one getting all the votes leads up the line, their neighborhood councilman. Elected in 2003, the gay councilman never forgets his neighborhood's influence in the city.
It's indescribable for a city this big to be so supportive of our LGBT community in the center of my neighborhood.
If homosexuals receive so much attention, it is only because they manage a serious feat. They succeeded where the police failed. It's hard to imagine that 20 years ago, this was one of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods.
Look at Roscoe's. Can you hear me okay, or am I talking too loud?
Jim is one of the first homosexuals who settled the neighborhood.
Coming into the patio.
His bar, Roscoe's, is an institution.
I've just invited a few of my very closest friends here, and I'm hoping they're having a good time.
Jim bought this place in the 1980s for next to nothing.
Tucker?
Back then, it was a Puerto Rican market. Now, his bar is worth a fortune.
So, telling you a little more about Roscoe's, this neighborhood was not the great neighborhood it is now. People were very afraid in this neighborhood because there was gangs in this building, which became Roscoe's in 1987. So I came here because I knew it could be better. I could clean up this part, and then everything else around it would get better too.
A risky bet. Given the neighborhood back then, poverty, deterioration, and violence, upheld by a formidable Puerto Rican gang named the Iron Men. The mayor at the time, Richard Daley, made cleaning up the neighborhood a priority. In 10 years, and at the cost of millions of dollars and police reinforcements, entrepreneurs have managed to make this one of the most linked-in places in American nightlife. Every weekend in Boys Town, thousands of homosexuals come and party. On a single street, 30 exclusive bars and clubs have replaced the city's poorest populations. No violence, no guns. This is how the gay rid themselves of gangs, with business skills. Sean arrived here at the right time, but you have to be creative to last in Boys Town. He understood.
Ladies.
To pack his nightclub and generate buzz, twice a week, Sean pays $1,500 for these enormous beauties.
Yeah, but I mean, we also make it fun. You know, we make a variety show. We do, you know, comedy and dance routines. I'm here, it's backwards. But the real show is always better backstage. Trust me.
Yeah.
And then you get to learn all of our secrets. Well, not all of our secrets. We can't show that on television.
An hour later, the drag queens take the stage. Once again, Sean has packed the room and the cash register. While the party winds down in Boys Town, daily life continues across town. In the Southside Church, it's another funeral. Last week, another young man was gunned down in the street. His friends wear shirts with his photo, as is customary.
He cracked as many jokes as he could.
Family and friends are crushed.
I have that to look up to. And I love him so much. And I'm gonna think about him every day.
Oh.
He was 26 and the father of a 3-year-old. He belonged to the Gangster Disciples, a gang with more than 18,000 members. Many people have come out to pay their respects. Last year, gang wars in Chicago killed over 500 people.
And then, of course, there's the city of Chicago. More people killed there last year than American troops killed in Afghanistan.
In the south side of Chicago, there's one neighborhood where mothers have stood up against this violence. These 3 women lost their children in a shootout. Every Friday, they meet here at a monument to the dead.
My son, Thomas Lee, you see here.
Marcia lost her son, Thomas. He was 20 years old.
My son is Territorial Bosley. He's the one right in the center.
Pamela's son, Terrell, died at the age of 18.
There's Terrell, there's Dante, and there's Dariel.
Alicia's son wasn't much older. 100 photos of children of all ages, all victims of these gang wars. The families don't want to stay silent any longer. They're posting the death toll for all to see. Teenagers like young Hadia, aged 15. Children like Heaven, and even babies, like little Jonila, who was 6 months old.
What's supposed to be a safe place? You're supposed to be safe at home, you're supposed to be safe in church, you're supposed to be safe in school. Where's Terrell? Terrell Bosley in church practicing.
Dariel at home got shot.
You know,
bullet
so
through the door.
It's
You know, I'm very angry with the people that shooting our children. The one, I don't even know who shot my son, but I'm mad at the one that shot my son and the people that drove past and watched my son down the street.
These women haven't finished with their rage. The slaughter continues as the victims get younger and younger.
Thanks for coming.
It is July 9th. A young boy is hanging between life and death at the Advocate Christ Hospital here. His name is Jaden. The tragedy occurred 4 days ago.
Hey, everybody.
The parish came together to support the family. Pastor Wallace organized a vigil to rescue the child.
Anybody out here still believes God is a healer? So right outside of this hospital right now.
Jaden is still in intensive care under medical ventilation. He is 5. The drama took place in this park. Jaden was playing with his friends when 2 gangsters let out a spray of bullets. The child was hit twice.
But I came out here to get a prayer through to heaven today because that baby needs a miracle. Yeah.
Jaden's mother is overrun by the media. The whole of Chicago is in suspense for her child.
How is he doing? Right now, he's doing good. He's stable. Everything, his vitals, everything.
In case you didn't hear that, he's doing good. His vitals are stable, and we give God.
There are so many shootings in Chicago that the press no longer reports them. But when a child is shot, journalists come out.
He's a 5-year-old kid. I mean, he's out there playing with his friends. I mean, I think people are feeling like, look, if you can't take your kid to the park and play in the park on a holiday, then where can you go? You can't be in your backyard. You can't walk on the street without worried about being shot.
It's important to let people know that kids, these innocent victims, are being shot. And while people think it doesn't affect them, I mean, everybody's affected by a child being shot. I mean, how can you not be?
With the support of her family, Jasmine spent 1 month at her child's bedside, unsure if he would survive.
With Nika, she had to go take her to use the bathroom.
In the end, the community's prayers were granted. It's something of a miracle, but the little boy finally got to go home. His family still lives in the same house, in a seemingly peaceful neighborhood. Jaden's doing better now.
I already got this type of Spider-Man. Now I broke the head off.
Yeah, they did a real good job on it. Real good job.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
That was me.
No, they wasn't.
Wasn't that the doctor? It's you.
To save him, the doctors had to remove his pancreas. Jaden is going to be diabetic for the rest of his life. But his mother and stepfather's main concern is the psychological trauma the boy has endured.
Do you remember what happened?
Oh. You remember playing in the park with the fireworks, don't you? What else you remember after that, Juice?
Jasmine would like for her son to be able to talk about the shooting.
What's the last thing you remember playing in the park?
Oh, no.
I just think he don't want to talk about it. But it's okay.
Jasmine hopes to escape this violence for the sake of Jaden's future.
Well, I'm getting ready to move.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Where you want to go? Where you want to go?
Out of Chicago.
Yeah? Far?
What?
Yes.
No more shooting?
Yeah. There's a big dramatic change.
You okay?
Yeah.
These days, more and more families fallen victim to gang terror are choosing to flee Chicago when they can.